Google Home Mini is a voice-controlled speaker that uses Google Assistant to play music, control smart devices around the home and much more. The Home Mini is the company's answer to the Amazon Echo Dot. The Home Mini shrinks down the size of the full-size Google Home into a smaller and more understated package and price that fits right into the home without losing any software capabilities. The Home Mini is a minimal and simple rounded design, which comes in 3 different colours: chalk, charcoal and coral. The fabric top houses the row of 4 LEDs that are used to indicate that the device is listening, thinking and for setting the volume level. They're simple but incredibly useful to know that the device is listening. When you mute the microphone, they'll light up red. The top is also the main way to physically interact with the Home Mini. There are 2 different touch areas on the top surface which allow you to interact with the various functions such as alarms and music playback. These touch areas are very sensitive, so it's easy and natural to use without too much thought. The left and right hand sides are for volume adjustments and stopping alarms. On the back is the micro USB port which plugs into the included 1.5 meter power cable, and a physical switch to turn off the microphones, which are otherwise always listening for the OK or Hey wake words. The bottom has a grippy rubberized plastic base which stops it from slipping around on the surface from accidental knocks. The speaker on the Home Mini is surprisingly good when you consider the form factor, but it certainly won't beat the sound quality of a standalone Bluetooth speaker or a connected speaker such as the Sonos. The speaker gets loud enough to provide full sounds to an entire room. I normally have the speaker which is kept in my bedroom at around 30% volume. I have done a few equalizer adjustments to try and make the speaker sound a little more punchy from its factory settings by boosting the bass frequencies by 3 decibels. Even without the adjustments that I've made, the Home Mini still managed to fill a room after I'd set it up, which by the way was extremely easy with the Google Home app. Unfortunately, if you had hopes of linking up your Home Mini to your sound system, that isn't going to be possible as there are no audio outputs on the device. The Home Mini only supports other Google Cast speakers as an audio output destination. If you had hopes to do this, take a look at the Amazon Echo Dot, which does support a 3.5mm output. I had no issues with the microphone performance on the Home Mini. I was able to activate Google Assistant without any problems. The 2 microphone array was able to pick up my voice even with the music at high volumes. There is one feature that I'd like to see which the Home Mini can't do but the Amazon Echo can: whispering. This feature would come in quite handy at night so I could set tasks for my Google Assistant to do quietly, but unfortunately the Home Mini only picks me up if I'm speaking in a talking voice and not a whispering one. Since the Home Mini uses Google Assistant to keep it running, the functionality of the device is constantly changing and evolving over time. Personally, I don't use my Home Mini for an awful lot, but for the things I do use it for, such as Spotify, listening to the radio and Google Assistant, it works very well. I'm only utilising a small range of the expansive list of features that the Home Mini supports. Spotify works well, and the Home Mini also acts as a Google Cast speaker, so the Home Mini is always there in Spotify to be cast to, as well as any other apps and services that support Google Cast. You can also treat the Home Mini like a Bluetooth speaker if you'd like to, which I think is a nice feature as you could use it as a speaker for your computer. You can also use the Home Mini to control smart devices around the home. You'll need to link all of these together in the Google Home app, but once you've done that, smart devices such as light bulbs respond almost immediately. Google Assistant is also one of the main selling points of the Home Mini, as it works great thanks to the experience that Google has gained with search. Asking for information is a breeze, and thanks to Assistant being able to contextually understand follow-up questions, you don't feel like you're repeating your initial question when you want to find out more information. As an example, you could ask, "Who founded Microsoft?" to which you would learn it is Bill Gates, and you could follow up with, "How tall is he?" to learn his height, without having to say, "How tall is Bill Gates?" I think this is a fantastic feature that I haven't seen, or at least recognised, on other voice assistants. Sometimes Google can get it wrong though, as recently Assistant was telling people that horses had 6 legs, so that's just something to be aware of. If you have a Google Cast supported TV such as an Android TV or the Chromecast, you can also use voice commands to play things on your TV. I don't have either of these, so I haven't been able to try this out myself, but I did want to include this in my review. So if you're looking for a small, smart speaker with a great design, look no further than the Google Home Mini. Its integrations with both audio and video services such as Spotify and Netflix make it great for a connected home, with decent sound quality for the size of the device. So I will leave a link in the description if you're interested in picking it up, but otherwise that's been it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.